Hey everybody, Tony Mejia here for Wager Talk with my one and only ratchet game of the weekend, week 12 of the NFL season, and it's going to be my free play between the awful Cincinnati Bengals and the awful New York Giants. The only difference is the Giants will bring in a starting quarterback into this one. Uh, so the Bengals losing Joey Burrow really affects them against a New York team that's been favored once all season back in week 6 against the Washington football team. Now, depending on what Washington does against Dallas on Thanksgiving Day, the Giants could move into a first place tie with either them or the Cowboys with a victory here. And the Giants opened as a 3.5, 4 point favorite, now up to 5.5 as of midweek. We'll see whether that line moves or not. But the key issue is obviously with Burrow out, Ryan Finley looked terrible in taking over for him. He said afterwards that the Cincinnati Bengals were obviously shell shocked and behind, and that offensive line, got to experience a Washington front four that had their ears pinned back and came after Finley and made him look really terrible. And he looked so terrible that the Bengals decided that they didn't want to start Finley for this contest. So Brandon Allen off the practice squad. You're in. His last start was in week 12 last season for the Denver Broncos. He's the last quarterback to take over before Drew Lock ascended into the starting role that he still has. Allen threw for a whopping 82 yards in that loss. He went 1-2. He did win his first start with Denver last year. In all, completed 46% of his passes, was sacked 9 times, threw for 515 yards, and Denver went 1-2. So it's no surprise that Cincinnati is an underdog here. It is a surprise by how much they are a dog to Daniel Jones and the woeful Giants, but I think the bookmakers are obviously on to something here. New York still with something to play for because of their ratchet division. Cincinnati with nothing to play for. They've got a solid receiving core, but I don't know that Brandon Allen can get them the football behind that terrible offensive line, and obviously working with a team that can get to him and probably will register a few more sacks. I'm going to lay the points with the New York Giants over the Cincinnati Bengals. It's a lot, but they'll win by more than a touchdown. For Wager Talk, that's my free pick. I'm Tony Mejia.